Hey there, Jeremy from GradAustralia and Prosper, and I'm here today with Elena and Hannah from the FDM group to talk about what their offering is to graduates. Thank you for your time today. Just wanted to have a bit of discussion to just give students a better understanding of what you guys do. So what is it that your organisation actually does?
So at FDM, we aim to create and inspire careers for graduates. So we recruit graduates and we train them in different technical and business pathways. They join our academy for a period of 8 to 14 weeks. Once they finish their training, we then deploy them to work with our clients as IT consultants.
And so what I wanted to know is, what do your graduates actually do within their first year at FDM Group?
In their first year? Yeah, well, when we, as Elena said, when a graduate first joins us, they go through a training period. So the training is a mixture of kind of professional, practical, vocational skills that they're doing within a particular area, whether it's software development or business analysis. And then that training period is classroom style training, a bit of interactive, and they'll do assessments within that time, and that's done in-house with us, with a group. So they've got about 8 others or up to 12 on the same training program, and then once they complete the training, they're out on site. So what they do out on site is really dependent on the client and the role that they're performing. But it's working with big brand names in corporate environments. They'll be working within a team, some in large teams, some in smaller teams. A lot of kind of attended meetings, working with within the Scrum teams to kind of make decisions based on projects that they're working on and technology. Some will be doing a mixture of roles with hybrid style roles, but it is really dependent on the client that they're working with in terms of what they do day to day.
And it depends, lots of people can say, I want to be a software developer, and that's brilliant, but then some people don't really know what they want to be, so they join FDM and we can kind of see where their skills are matched, bring them into the academy. They might start doing something and then navigate towards something else, so it's a good chance to kind of assess people's suitability and play to their strengths.
So I think the next question that I had was particularly in regards to something that I know that a lot of graduates are curious about, which is essentially particularly in regards to what the most challenging aspect of the role is at FDM.
I guess there's 2 sides to that. Again, as Hannah was saying before, graduates start in-house with us in our training academy. So the challenging areas of that would be, one, maybe coming from a university environment to come into a very structured environment. A lot of people really like that, and some people find it slightly more difficult to navigate. But the training is 9 o'clock to 5 p.m. or 5:30. It's quite fast-paced, so each week you're learning a different topic. So one week might be Excel, the next week might be SQL. And then once they're out on site, lots of different challenges they face. Again, it might be a steep learning curve, but hopefully, we've provided them with those basic skills to kind of hit the ground running once they're on site. And of course, they have us to support them, but as well as their team and their new line.
Yeah, I think one of the things that graduates specifically are challenged by or find difficult is when they're out on site, being in this professional environment, and realising that kind of their personal brands and networking is such an important part of the role as well, over and above that kind of day-to-day getting their head down doing their work. Because we have a lot of people who are technologists and very bright individuals, but a big part of the role and some of the people who end up getting really great progression opportunities after the 2 years are people that have done all of that, but also networked and really been aware of their personal brands. So things like know who the director is and being able to have a conversations with MDs when they walk past and just being quite aware of that, as well as people that kind of go on and maybe have that little bit more beyond the 2 years.
That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, and that also kind of leads into my next question, which is kind of giving graduates a bit of an understanding as to what your ideal graduate looks like. So I'm sure it touches on the previous points in regard to those sort of soft skills, communication skills, which are quite important, particularly when you're client side. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'd say there's no one thing, because we hire lots of different types of people, and we do need lots of different types of people. So we've got people who are maybe slightly more extrovert and a little bit more kind of have the strong communication skills and soft skills, and we have some people that are just very, very technical. And we need different types of people. As you know, we need diversity, and that's kind of different backgrounds, but also different types of people with different strengths. But in saying that, I think one of the main things that we look for is that kind of attitudes and that kind of hungriness to kind of work hard and put their hand up to different opportunities and go that extra mile. I think that's probably one of the most important things and underpins a lot of the other things.
Definitely.
But in terms of things like soft skills, a lot of graduates come to us with, communication skills aren't their strongest, or presentations are not their strongest, and that's something that we can help them work on during the graduate programme. I think the attitude to work hard and actually just get stuck in is one of the most important things. And then we can kind of train them and coach them through the rest. And we've also got different opportunities for different types of people as well.
You can't teach attitude.
Yeah, and people to be authentic. We're talking a lot about authenticity recently, so being authentic is really important, especially during the interview process as well. We want people to draw upon their life experiences, and authenticity is key.
So the final question that I had in mind for a few graduates that are out there probably looking to apply to FDM Group sooner rather than later is, what is one of the common mistakes that you see when applicants apply during the application process or during the interview process? What are the sort of common misconceptions or mistakes that you come across?
I mean, there's a lot that you kind of come across that are quite general. I think one is just, firing out all those applications to a million employers, which I think is fine, as long as you do the things to make it look like you're not doing that, like tailoring your CV, just those kind of obvious things. But we just get a lot of applications that just don't have any, is like, why are you even applying here? And actually, I mean, we still call those candidates up, and sometimes we have great conversations where we find out, they're doing something that they've not put in their application that is actually really relevant, or we help them find that relevance and transferable skill that they have. But yeah, just tailoring and not just firing out applications to anywhere, kind of, and just researching the company a little bit more. I think in the final stages of the process, it is kind of just being aware of your personal brand and attitudes and how you come across during an assessment process. So, from the day you step into that office, are you on time? Are you, smiling at the receptionist when you come in? Are you speaking to the other candidates? When someone's doing a presentation, are you sitting upright? Are you engaged? It's just the impression that people subconsciously build of you because they're seeing you throughout the day, even though they're just assessing you in particular parts. But it's just being aware of that and how you come across, and being aware of it's not just your technical skills that people are looking for. It's the attitude. You don't necessarily have to be the best communicator, but show some sort of demonstration of engagement or that you do have the attitudes to
most
work
definitely.
hard.
So it's a combination of, like, obviously the technical skills, your attitude, your soft skills, but as well as that, just being yourself to a degree. You want to see who these graduates really are as people.
And that's another thing as well, is the authenticity piece as well.
Yeah.
So people pretending to be something that they're not, or telling us what they think we want to hear, is quite common as well in interview questions. So we use strength-based interviewing for that reason, because we want people to be authentic and we want them to give genuine responses. So the questions are slightly more difficult to prepare for, because we don't want textbook answers. We've heard them a million and one times. We want, genuinely finding out more about them, rather than kind of textbook perfect answer, because it's just not realistic.
Fantastic. Okay, well look, I really want to thank you for your time today, Elena and Hannah. It's been fantastic to speak to you both about your offering to graduates, and looking forward to spending the next few days at this conference with you.
Excellent, thanks.
Cheers.